So this is a cherry tree.
We're just going to do a quick evaluation of the entire structure of the tree, make sure we recognize any wounds that may have been open or caused any kind of bacterial canker, and check for borers around the base of the tree, and then just overall structure before we go ahead and make any pruning cuts. So I see that there is some sort of wound here that might be the beginning of bacterial canker.
Uh-huh.
I know I think you had verticillium wilt in this other guy, so it may just be it's starting to come on over.
Okay.
That's a soil-borne
Ew.
thing, so it's not easy to get rid of. We also have a pretty considerable wound here. I would say this is bacterial canker. Oh, maybe not. This might be just like a splitting wound, like a pressure wound, and but see this kind of crumbly, that's the crumbly and the jelly stuff is typically bacterial canker or borers.
Uh-huh.
And usually though, the borers we will see at the base of the tree, and you'll have these big jelly piles along with that. That also happens with bacterial canker. You could, if you wanted to be proactive this year and do a before you can really tell if it's got canker, do a copper treatment, and they have that as both a drench and a spray. It is technically considered organic. I use it when I have to only, just because it's still copper in the ground and it makes me a little nervous.
And does that carry into the fruit? Does it mean the first year we can't eat the fruit?
No.
Okay.
So when I look at this tree overall, these guys, obviously we lost some leaders here, so this center point is gonna go. We can probably anticipate always having some sort of problems coming off of this one, and you may find that next year, or this year really, it'll start shooting up a bunch of suckers saying, I need to
grow.
Yeah, I need to give us some additional leaders. Because I see a lot of open wounds on this branch, we might go ahead and get rid of this branch altogether, and try and stop some of the spread of that. This guy will go, this guy will go, and then as we start pruning, we'll talk about direction of twigs. Overall structure, typically you want to have the nest, like you often see in commercial orchards. So you take usually about 6 or 7, I prefer 6 or 7 main leaders that will all branch out to the side, and then our focus is really on cleaning and airing out the center, making sure we don't have crossing branches like these guys that will cause abrasions on the branches later on, and then invite disease in, and making sure we're sending more of our shoots out this direction instead of shoots up or back in like this one would continue to be. So often folks, when we come and prune, you start out and you've got a million suckers on all of your trees, and by the time you leave, you're kind of like, oh, everything feels really bare and naked and like we're not going to get any fruit. Don't you worry, we'll keep the majority of the fruiting spurs unless they're on branches that we're getting rid of, and just really focusing on training and redirecting when our trees are young so that we have really healthy, productive trees in the future.